that's when I told him that I wouldn't piss on him if he was on Jeopardy.
Aye. You ain't afraid of prison either, are you?
I doesn't afraid of anything.
Welcome back to Pigskin Holiday, folks. The third quarter, CT's hot seat in full effect. We still miss you, Mario.
It's true. It's not the same, man. I mean, we could ramble on with the best of them, but you know. But in honor of Mario, we're going to start this off by talking about his boys, the Jets.
The Jets.
How's that sound?
Jets, Jets.
I'll never do that.
I did it for Mario. By the way, I just want to say before we get into it, we did our picks last week on the schedule look ahead. Mario and you called the Jets game a loss. I picked a W. I win.
I don't think so.
It's on record. I checked it before I wrote it down.
I don't think so.
I will go back to the
I'm
tape.
pretty sure that I said
Go back to the
disagree.
tape from last week and let's see who picked
Yeah,
what.
I want to see this. I'm pretty sure I said the Jets were going to win.
Yes.
Let's hit on the Jets a little bit.
Okay.
Your boys.
Yes, sir.
Let's hit on that. At Buffalo.
Look okay.
Well, I don't think that Jackson will be able to run for 100 plus against the Jets defense, but at the same time, Green Ellis made the Jets defense look stupid whenever
Yes,
the
he
Patriots
did.
played him. So, I think Fred Jackson is a better back than Green Ellis. So I hate to say it, but I think it's a loss.
Well, the way I look at it is Buffalo's kind of a hard-working team, you know, grind it out. The Jets have the ability to be more explosive.
Yes.
So it just depends on which attitude they bring into the game.
Yeah.
Buffalo is like, you know, they can be flashy at times, but overall you don't see them as being a flashy team.
Right.
The Jets,
They just nickel and dime you to death.
the Jets are either way up here or way down here.
Yeah.
There's not
Very
much
true.
in between. So I'd say, but with the receiving corps that they have in New York there, and their DBs, because Cromartie has been on, and Revis has been on a tear lately.
Yeah.
Revis has got like a couple touchdowns, or at least
He's got like 2
big
picks.
returns.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say that if the Jets defense can rattle Fitzpatrick and somehow contain Freddie Jackson, they have a chance.
With the Buffalo.
I'm going to go with you
Buffalo
on this
win.
one, and then I'll go with you on the other one, too. Anyway, it was 27-11. Jets whooping that ass. Sanchez was 20 for 28, 233 and a touch. Very accurate, good yardage, and a touchdown to show. That's really good for Sanchez.
But that was one of them flip-flop games with the records. Now they're both 5-3.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Green didn't do a whole lot. 19 attempts for 76 yards. Burris had 5 receptions for 79 yards. Keller, he had 4 for 64. No except.
Well, in the first quarter, the Jets drove the ball down there and got in the red zone, and Sanchez threw a pick.
That is true. That is true.
Matter of fact, the first quarter time of possession was 10:09 for the Jets and 4:51 for Buffalo, and the score 0-0.
Yeah, they was trying to do what the Steelers did and it failed. Fitzpatrick, not so good. He was 15 for 31. That's less than half.
Under 500.
191, 1 TD. And Jackson had nothing, 18 for 82.
What's up with that?
I don't know. He usually puts up 82 in like 5 or 6. And it took him 18 to get that. How does this happen? But St. Johnson had nothing, 3 for 84. And then, Jackson had some receiving yards, had 38 of them in 3 attempts. He just didn't have a whole lot going for him at all. The Bills didn't. They got shut down every which way.
At home.
Yeah. And the Jets,
Crazy.
no accept.
At one point in the second quarter, there's a tip ball and a pick by Wilson, a defensive MVP for Buffalo at this point, and we thought it was going to be a pick. They overturned it. The Jets got a field goal. They capitalized,
They did.
which is what good teams do.
That's true, and the Jets have been doing more and more of that than they have been winning the game with standard methods. They've been getting these crazy plays whenever you wouldn't be expecting it. You know, Sanchez has this crappy game, and then he'll throw a good one. And then, you know, the defense will grab a pick and run it in. And they're not winning their games like you would normally expect them to.
Right.
They've been winning it with, you know, pick sixes and coming down from behind and getting points where they hadn't been getting any all game. Yeah. And they've been making these turnarounds. They've been a come from behind type of team this year.
But but that's sort of a Rex Ryan team. He wants you to not get in that position, but when you do, he wants you to face it, head on, pull yourself up, and get it done.
Yep.
At one point late in the game, though, the Buffalo Bills were down by 17. Could have went for a field goal and didn't. I'm thinking, why not bring it to 14? So it's not a 3-score game. Bad decision there. I don't know what's up with that. Shane Gilly, what are you doing, man?
No escape.
But I want to mention, and Mario liked this, at one point in the fourth quarter, Sanchez was 6 of 7 for 70 yards. And Green had 37 yards on that. That's late in the game, trying to lock it down.
Yep.
I mean, it was 27-11, but that was not all. The first half, scoring was like nil. First quarter, no score. Halftime, I think it was like 6-3 or something.
Yeah. We've been seeing a lot of games like that, too, throughout the league, where it's been either really big scores in the first half by one team, and then the second half is the other team, or it's been really low and then really low. We've not been seeing, we haven't been seeing as many of the shootouts like we did with,
the Saints and the Packers in week 1.
Right, and again,
still a game of the year.
Them and
one of them.
Them and the Chargers too.
Yeah.
This past week,
right?
We haven't been seeing as many of those. We've been seeing more of the big leads being dropped or close games the whole way with relatively low scores. We haven't been seeing the big high scores with both teams just going back and forth.
Well, there was that Green Bay Charger game yesterday, 45-38.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That was fantastic.
The next game we'll cover is Baltimore-Pittsburgh?
Yes. I mean, other than the Patriots, the Ravens are my team.
And the Steelers are one of me and Mario's alternate teams.
Steelers.
And they should have won that game last night.
Yeah, they should have, but they didn't. That's karma. Ball-hogging jackasses.
You gotta play 60 minutes, people.
Yeah. Well, you're really good at playing for 39 minutes. What I've got is Flacco was 28 for 47, 300 yards and a touch.
47 passes thrown by the Ravens with Rice in the backfield.
Yeah, Rice, he had
Whoa.
He had 18 runs, 43 yards and a touch. Not much going on from Rice.
Well, where was Bolden?
Well, Bolden, he had 7 receptions for 88 yards, no touch.
Remember last week, that one point in the fourth quarter, he had 80 of 88 yards on the drive?
Yeah.
And Rice was punching it in?
Yep.
Why do you get away from what works for you?
I don't know. Smith, on the other hand, the one who completely destroyed the Rams whenever we went and saw him?
Yes.
Yeah. He had 5 receptions, 71 yards and a touch.
But that touchdown was late and a good point in the game.
It was.
Was that the game winner?
I think it might have been.
Good game by that guy. Again.
That was. It was a good game all around. It was kind of, a battle of the defenses, just like it was expected to be.
Well, the Steelers had the game in their clutches. All they had to do was take it.
Yeah.
And they gave Baltimore a chance late in the game. And got to give the Ravens credit, man. When it came down to it, they sealed the deal.
Yeah. Let's see. Roethlisberger, he was 20 for 37, 330 yards and a touch.
That's good.
That's pretty damn good, yeah. Mendenhall, he was 13 runs for 52 yards and a touch. And then not a whole lot else going on. I mean, Brown had 5 receptions, 109 yards. Nothing else. But it was relatively low for as many scores as both teams had.
Yeah.
Which, 3 scores, 4 scores, and a lot. But against either one of these defenses, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even write the score down for that game.
It was 23-20.
It was 9-6 at the half. I mean, it was a good defensive battle in the first half.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching the game. I just thought Pittsburgh should have came out on top, and they didn't. So,
I'm glad they didn't.
but Pittsburgh is 6-3. Baltimore is 6-2. They're both still in the hunt.
Oh yeah. By no means was this like a season sealer for either one of them, but I'm liking how the Ravens are looking. I've liked how they've looked all year. They, had a couple bad games, but they've been pretty well cohesive this whole time, and they've been making things work even if they haven't had a blowout game. They've been winning games, and Flacco's been pretty consistent so far this year. Rice has been consistent. Bolden's been consistent. Smith has been consistent.
Bolden not as much yesterday.
Well, no, but
Under 100 yards.
right, but overall. So it wasn't a bad game at all. I liked how the Ravens did, and I like how they kind of swept that out from underneath the Steelers at the end.
They did.
They deserved it.
Okay, how about the New York Giants and the New England Patriots yesterday?
That was a great game. That was really good football up until that last basically 2 minutes of the game. It was a really good game all the way through. And Manning, he was 20 for 39, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Brady, he was 28 for 49, 342 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And it was good on both sides for everybody, basically.
Very close game. The whole game came out of that last 2 minutes.
It was that last 2 minutes. They was behind. Brady made an amazing drive down the field in like 2 plays. He was down there. And then they was trying to eat up the clock. The Giants used up all their timeouts. And then New England pops it in there with a touchdown to Gronkowski. And then their defense just fell apart. The Patriots' defense blew it. There was less than 2 minutes, and first off, they got pass interference.
No. Bad NFL player. It's the worst possible time to do that. DPI.
Sergio Brown, you're dead to me. Over. You are no longer my friend.
No Christmas card for you, sir.
All you're going to get is...
We talked about this before the show today, and we talked about it in the past. When you got a team on the ropes and you're trying to secure the win, or force a 4th down or a field goal or a punt, you don't do holding and pass interference. That's just the worst possible thing to do.
Absolutely.
Which is also, I saw a game yesterday where was it the Jets 45, 50-yard run brought back on a holding penalty. They were jawing at each other. That guy got a mouthful from his teammates, and that's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
The running back's like, dude,
yeah,
that's my biggest run of the year, and you gonna do something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I want that back.
Yeah, and that's what's so sad about it is these guys make these good plays, and they keep these drives from happening, and then somebody does something stupid like that. No accept, no call for that whatsoever.
It's called discipline, folks. These penalties are stupid.
Now, while we're on the subject, before we get into any more stats, this was big for the Giants, and it was big in terms of negative for New England. This was their first loss at home in 20 games. And this is only the 3rd time since 2003 that they've lost back-to-back.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
What's funny about that is we talked last week that whoever plays the Patriots next after a loss should better watch out.
Yeah. Well,
they lost again.
but see, that's the thing is that, had it not been for that pass interference, the Patriots would have won that game.
Yeah, you don't know for sure, but
With the way that the rest of the game had been played,
I understand.
statistically in comparison, they would have won the game.
Gotcha.
They wouldn't have made that extra 20 yards in that short amount of time with no timeouts.
If they had Chili Rogers or Cat Jackson, they've been fine.
They needed something. What they need to do is just beat Sergio Brown with a few hammers.
So let me ask you
That
this.
would make me happy.
Are you worried about your Patriots
No,
going forward?
no, I'm not.
Why are
honestly?
they being exposed as human?
Because they are. And they've always had that. But it's usually their offense is doing more than what they have been.
Like the Packers yesterday.
Right. They do more like that than what they have been doing. But, I mean, they've had a few games where they've had outstanding numbers all the way around. I mean, Welker and Brady, their numbers show that. But, like a game like this, they should have been able to put up a lot more points against the Giants because their defense is not as good as the record for the team would show. It's the key offensive moves have been made by Manning at the right times for them to win them their games. But that shouldn't factor in whenever you have this high-powered offense like the Patriots have.
Right, and usually that's the case.
Usually it is, but just something didn't click yesterday.
But they've lost 3 games this year.
They have, but
Holy shit.
that's not unheard of, and that's not really bad. That's bad for them, but that's not bad for an NFL team at this point.
The Bengals only lost 2.
Well, the
The
Patriots
Niners-
have
the
played
Niners-
one more game than they have, though.
The Niners only lost 1. Patriots lost 3. Something wrong.
Something really wrong. But that's a harder competition, though, that the Patriots have had than either of those two teams.
Well, I got to say that the Giants are 6-2, and they're starting to pour it on. And they're coming in. You know, we talked about them before about how you never know what team's going to show up,
Yep.
like Chicago
Right.
or San Diego.
Yep.
But they're showing up a little more often.
They have been this
And
year.
this game yesterday is going to bump them up to a whole new
Oh, yeah.
confidence level.
I mean,
And they're going to give the Eagles a strong run. I don't see the Cowboys as really being a big challenge in that division.
no.
But the Eagles and Giants are the top dogs over there, I think.
I would definitely agree with that. The Cowboys at this point are going to be more like how the Chargers are all the time. They're going to be that team that does just good enough to get to a point to knock a better team off the block that day
Right.
and keep them from advancing.
The Cowboys are becoming that team that makes the playoffs but can't do shit with it.
Right. And
Out the door they go.
but they'll derail somebody else.
He said derailed.
I did.
You know, trains often plow cars and stuff. Plow.
You said plow.
But I mean,
What else do we need to say? Bush?
Bush.
You said bush.
Oh no! What's happening? But I mean, just to kind of toss a few more of the stats out there real quick. Jacobs, he had 18 carries, 72 yards, and a touch. Then on the flip side, Green Ellis had 12 carries, 52 yards, no touch.
Did Bradshaw play yesterday?
If so, he didn't do
I
anything
think he's
noteworthy.
hurt. I want to say he's hurt.
I think that he was, but like I said, if he did anything, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
Bradshaw and Nix were questionable.
Yeah. Hakeem, he didn't do anything either. But Cruz, he was 6 for 91, and no touch. And then Welker, 9 for 136 and no touch.
That guy gets all the long pass plays.
All the time. Ballard, he was 4 for 67 and a touch. Then on the flip side, Gronkowski, he was 8 for 101 and a touch.
Good game for a tight end.
Absolutely. And then Manningham, he was 3 for 33 and a touch.
Mario.
Yep. That was a key play, too. Very key. And then Hernandez was 4 for 35 and a touch. So both the tight ends got a touchdown for the Pats, but it just wasn't enough.
Strange to have that good of a play by your tight ends and not win the game.
I know. And the yardage that Welker and Brady both put up, it just didn't add up for some reason.
Well, folks, coming up next in the fourth quarter will be Mario's Holy Shit That Pisses Me Off on Pigskin Holiday.